Hey everybody, this video once again brings us out to Claremont, Florida. And the reason why we are in Claremont, Florida today is because I am here at the Claremont Goodwill. I think it's been 2 weeks, right? I don't think I was out here at all last week, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say, I'm pretty sure, I don't believe I actually made it out here last week. I had planned on making it out here, and then for whatever reason my plans throughout the week changed and I just never got here. But I do believe my friend Chuck was here and he found some interesting things, so probably best I did not come out here, because I'm sure Chuck would have grabbed all the good stuff by the time I made it out here. But I don't think he's been out here yet this week, so I think we're good. I think we're okay. I think they've had time over the weekend to restock, and hopefully I'm getting the dibs on all the good stuff today. Hopefully all the Criterions and Scream Factories and 4Ks and Blu-rays and 3D titles and Arrow releases they're all just in there waiting for me. we'll find out. So keeping that power of positivity alive, we're gonna find some good stuff today. All right, again, we're here at the Claremont, Florida Goodwill. It's been over a week. I've got to find something. All right, so the wall is completely gone. I thought maybe they were doing like a new Disney wall, or maybe they're gonna start doing like a wall of just, look at the hot dog like dish. That's cool. Or maybe they're gonna start doing a wall of like of holiday stuff, but it's gone. It's not even here anymore. They've just completely gotten rid of it. Look at the elephant. That is cool. I kind of want to start buying any elephants I come across just to take them to Mr. Ed's Elephant Museum out in Gettysburg. That is really cool. I also like I'm digging the palm tree as well. That's actually, I really gotta be honest, I really like this. That's asking $6 on this. It's very like, I mean, it's not actually like vintage or anything. It's faux vintage, but I like the design of it. Kind of like the mid-century kind of look. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't buy that. That is cool though. I kind of want the palm trees. Anyway, so yeah, the whole entire wall is gone, which makes me wonder, where did they move the Disney stuff to? Maybe they actually have an end cap again. I don't know. We're gonna go find out. I'm hoping they have an end cap again. I always have to look at the plush now, just because like 3 weeks or so ago when I came out here, they had all those like Japanese plush. They had a whole bunch of like video game. I think it was Kirby, right? They had a bunch of Kirby plush out here, and I bought one of them, or two of them. I think I bought one of them for Sean, and he absolutely loved it. Of course he did. It was like a Japanese like claw machine, claw machine Kirby is what I'm trying to say. I'm not finding any of those today though. They got some other sort of like weird anime looking things, but no Kirby's, unfortunately. So all right, I gotta look. You never know. It's a pretty cool lunchbox. Looks like, is it even been used? It's really good condition, but I guess Sean doesn't need a Pokemon lunchbox going into sixth grade soon. I'm thinking maybe a Pokemon lunchbox won't be so cool anymore in just a couple of months, it's sad to think. All right, so this is not usually their Disney end cap. I'm hoping that's cool. I'm hoping they've moved their end cap somewhere else. Look at that. That is really neat. That is a cool display piece for a record shop. That is really cool, but I don't have any room for that, so I'm gonna end up passing on that. There's a 101. Oh no, I thought that was a 101 Dalmatians bag. That's not actually Disney. Oh, whoa. This is cool. This is the complete series of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I technically already have. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I'm picking this up. Well, I gotta check the discs. And if they're all minty and good, I'm picking this up. They're only asking $6 on this. Wow, that's a good deal. So I already have these. However, my first couple of seasons are in like the original thicker releases. This would save some space, and it comes in a nice box, and then I can just resell all my other releases together. So yeah, if this is minty, this I'm picking up. I don't know why this was here. All right, I was gonna say, if this is all I find today, I'm gonna be happy, but no, I'm gonna keep that power of positivity alive and say, we're off to a good start. This is just the first cool thing I'm finding today. I really hope the discs are good. I'm totally buying this. Well, unfortunately, I would say good news, bad news. The good news is I'm buying this. I'm totally picking this up. The bad news is season 2 is actually missing one of the discs. It's missing disc 3. So no disc 3 for season 2, unfortunately, but that's okay because I believe the discs in here are the same discs in my like thicker sets. I think anyway, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just gonna do some disc swapping because I much rather have this in my collection. So this is really, really awesome. Yeah, for $6, I'm basically picking up a box and some like better cases. If I ever come across the random, like if I'm sure out in the wild, out at a flea market, I'll come across season 2 of Fresh Prince and I can just put the disc in there and then sell them all together and whatnot. So I'll get my money back for this, but this is awesome. This is cool. I don't care. Yeah, again, it's missing one single little disc. Otherwise it's completely mint. Season 6 hasn't even been opened. So, all right, yeah, for $6, whatever. Again, it is missing a disc, but still, I'm picking this up. It has officially happened. I am happy right now. The Disney end cap has made a return. Now, not that I'm actually finding anything over here. I need no Vinyl-mations, no nothing like that, unfortunately. But just the fact that the actual end cap is back makes me really, really happy. I always love walking over here and seeing what they have. But today, unfortunately, nothing I want to pick up, even though I am very tempted by the Mickey Mouse popcorn machine. That is cool. It needs to be cleaned, but otherwise pretty awesome for only $35. That does not seem like a terrible price for that. That is cool. I know. I'm gonna get the comments. That would look pretty amazing in your library, and I would agree that would look amazing in the library if I had anywhere to put something like that in the library. I don't. There's nowhere to put a popcorn maker. Plus, I would never really want to use it. I don't know. You gotta. They didn't. Whoever owned that didn't clean it. Goodwill didn't clean it, and I honestly probably really wouldn't want to clean it either. It would just be a cool display piece. If I had somewhere to put it, I would pick it up, but I don't. So I'm gonna pass on it. But pretty cool. It is awesome looking. All right, so making our way now over here into the media section. But again, I'm already pretty happy because I'm finding some fresh prints. But I am seeing things like The Wizard of Oz, which I would like to get for the van. So I'm probably going to end up picking this up for the van collection. So already I'm seeing something pretty awesome. They've also got seasons of Breaking Bad, which I believe do I have on Blu-ray? I'm going to have to double check on that. I think I have the first couple of seasons on Blu-ray, and then like the following seasons I have on DVD, I think. So I don't know. I gotta check to see if I need season 2 and season 3. If I need those, I'm gonna have to pick those up. So all right, we're already finding some pretty cool things. There's a whole bunch of NCIS, which is not a show I'm into. There's also some anime here of Van Reed. I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of that before. See, I would be freaking out right now. This was like a year or so ago, but I just don't pick up random anime anymore. So pretty awesome to see all the random anime. I love seeing that, but I don't know. I guarantee you this is probably not a complete collection. If it is, I see some anime only runs like a couple of episodes. It's like a really short little like run. So maybe that's the whole thing. I'll look into it. I doubt it is, but I'll look into it. They've also got some Full Metal Alchemist as well, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. I'm gonna end up passing on that as well. So, all right, I'm already finding some cool stuff. So like I said, some anime only had a very short run, and I think it's Vandred, probably Vandred. Vandred only had 13 episodes, so this is actually almost the complete series. I believe we're missing a volume 4 with the last 3 episodes on it, so I'm probably gonna end up passing on this. I know I will probably at some point, maybe in the future, come across the final volume and I can have the complete series. So yeah, I probably should pick this up, but I don't know. I have to stick to my guns. I don't just buy random anime anymore unless I can get the whole entire complete series. I will pick up a complete series of anime, but just random volumes, I don't really do. And I know, I'm only missing 1 volume. I'll put it to the side though, just in case I do find the other volume somewhere in here. Maybe it's hidden, I don't know. But otherwise, I'm probably gonna pass on those. I'm also gonna pass on Breaking Bad because I do already have seasons 2 and 3 on Blu-ray, so don't need those. I know, I should be buying the anime, right? Is it good? Comments down below. Is this a good anime series? If you've seen it, let me let me know. I probably should grab it, but I'm probably not. Hold on, wait a minute. Forget the anime that I'm not picking up, even though I probably should be buying that. But forget the anime. Forget that. That's not what's crazy right now. What's crazy is the fact that I just contacted Josh to see if he actually wanted what is sitting in front of me right now. Something really, really awesome and kind of obscure and probably not something you come across every single day. And he said, you know what? I don't want these. I cannot believe he is passing on these Disney's Magic English releases. These are crazy. 1, 2, 3, no 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, almost 16 volumes of Magic English. Again, when do you come across these out in the wild? I never see these. These are definitely obscure Disney releases, and Josh is very much into collecting his weird obscure Disney releases. Now I know they're $2 a piece, so it adds up, but I'm really blown away by the fact that he does not want these. That is mind-blowing to me. These are kind of cool. If this was like a couple of years ago, I would have been picking these up for me and my collection. I used to be into picking up any just random obscure Disney release. I totally would have paid $2 a piece for these, but I don't really do that anymore, so I'm gonna pass on these. But I can't believe Josh is going to pass on these. That is crazy. These are cool, but all right, I guess they'll just they'll stay here for somebody else. I don't know. I think they're cool, but again, I don't collect them. Something else that's going to get passed on is the Howling Omen double feature set here, which I would have grabbed. This is really cool, but the Howling, it's in terrible condition. The Omen's fine. The Omen's minty, but Howling is it's a flipper disc. It is scratched and it is cracked. So going to end up having to pass on that, unfortunately. Also going to end up passing on this Christmas with the Cranks. This is the second time in a row I've been to a Goodwill and found this, but it's been in terrible condition. I need this for the van. I'd much rather have it on Blu-ray, but apparently the Blu-ray is very hard and obscure to find. I don't know. I have never seen the Blu-ray of this movie before in my life. I don't even have this on Blu-ray in my main collection, so I would pick it up on DVD for the van, but again, the disc is in terrible condition, so I'm gonna end up passing on that, and that might do it. I don't see volume 4 of the anime, unfortunately, so gonna end up putting that back. This is cool. The original 1933 King Kong. This is definitely something I want for the van, but I want the double disc release. It comes with all the special features. That's what I want for the van, which I have in my own, of course is my own, which I have in my main collection. But anyway, this is cool, but don't really want that for the van. So passing on that as well. And I think again that might do it for the media. All right, so I'm thinking that is going to do it for the media. Just the Fresh Prince and the Wizard of Oz, which are pretty awesome finds. Very, very happy about that, but nothing else over here I need to pick up. And again, why Josh is passing on the Disney, I don't know. Josh, leave your comments down below. Why don't you want the Disney? Why don't you want the Disney Magic English releases? That just blows my mind. Again, why he's passing on this, I don't know. Why I'm passing on the anime, I do know. I probably should still be picking it up, but I'm not going to. I'm still going to pass on the anime. Also going to pass on the pretty interesting VHS releases, but I don't really need any of those, so I'm going to end up passing on that. And this I would have picked up, even though the artwork is not in the best condition. Totally would have picked up some Outcast, but the one and only disc in there is in really bad condition, and again, it's missing a disc. It's supposed to be 2 discs, not 1, so not complete, not in good condition. Gonna end up passing on that. That actually would have been a really cool find, but anyway, all right, I'm happy. Wizard of Oz for the van, and Fresh Prince, even though it is missing a disc, still pretty awesome, and I am picking that up for me, for my main collection. Just gonna do some disc swapping. I'm making my way now over towards the toys, but I have to tell myself I do not need another poster. I do not need another poster. I do not need an amazing Pearl Harbor poster for only $9.99, right? I don't need this. That is really, really cool. I have nowhere whatsoever to hang that, so I don't need it. But if I had the room, I would totally pick that up. That is really cool. But again, I don't have the room, so I don't need it. All right, moving on over into the toy section, where right off the bat, not necessarily seeing anything jumping out at me, but there could be some good stuff here in the bags. This is oh, look at this. This is a tech deck. That is a tech deck holder. It's a carrying case, but you can actually hang it on your wall as well. That is cool to put all your tech decks in. That is really neat. I don't have any tech decks. Sean does not have any tech decks. Not really anything he got into. He, like, for a week, he liked tech decks, and then he just didn't care anymore. I think he got over it really fast. But that is cool. I mean, I guess you really couldn't clean it up. It's pretty dinged up. That was not hanging on a wall. That was being carried around. That is really cool though. But again, I don't need tech deck carrying cases. If I had a bunch of tech decks, then I would, but I don't. So I'm not buying it. This, however, I would pick up. It's from 1998. I would pick it up if it were complete, but unfortunately it is not. It is the Nickelodeon Figure It Out, the game, the Figure It Out board game. I remember watching this show all the time back in the day. This is really awesome. Only $5 for this. I would totally pick this up. But again, it's not complete. It is missing a bunch of the cards, a bunch of other stuff as well. I went through the whole thing, and yeah, it's not all there, unfortunately. But that is a shame, because yeah, for only $4.99, I would have bought this. That is really cool. That's pretty awesome to see. But unfortunately, again, it's not complete, so I do have to pass. Okay, so again, unfortunately, I am going to pass on this board game. However, Chris from Muppet Stuff is not going to pass on this. The New Zoo Review board game for only $6. This is complete and super crazy minty. This is like a really, really good condition. Probably just sat on some grandmother's game shelf for decades. This is cool. This I was almost tempted to pick up for myself, but I know Chris is really into to New Zoo Review, so I'm gonna have to get this for him. So that is awesome. He wants it. So Josh is passing on the Disney DVDs, but Chris is picking up the New Zoo Review. So totally grabbing that for him all the way back in good old Pennsylvania. All right. But I'm not really finding anything else. There is still a whole nother side though, so maybe something over there. Either way though, I'm at least grabbing a board game for somebody else. I'm having a very difficult time deciding right now between these two items. I think I want to pick up one of them, but I don't know which one to grab. Should I buy the Casey Jr. popcorn bucket for $8, or should I grab the Casey Jr. popcorn bucket with all the other awesome Disney things as well for only $6? I don't know. I can't make up my mind what we're pricing here at the Goodwill. I actually don't need either of these. I already have one of those. But if I were to buy one, which one should I buy? Again, weird pricing. This, however, is not weirdly priced, and this I am picking up. This is awesome. It's a Koopa Troopa. This I am picking up for Sean, new with tags for only $5. I'm getting him this. This is awesome. Again, I don't really buy a lot of plush for Sean anymore, but if it is like video game related plush, I do pick it up for him because again, I feel like, going into 6th, 7th, 8th. I mean, heck, I am 42 years old, and I have nothing wrong with owning video game plush. I have a feeling he will want this stuff for a long, long time to come. So I'm gonna grab him the Koopa Troopa there, which is pretty awesome. What's with the weird fish? I don't know. All right, so I'm thinking that's gonna do it for the toy section. I don't see anything over here I want to pick up for me personally. No Vinyl Nations, no cool Funko Pops, nothing like that. But I am happy with the New Zoo Review board game for Chris and the Koopa Troopa for Sean. Those are pretty awesome finds. So I'm happy. I'm finding some good stuff today. I'm definitely doing pretty good here at the Goodwill. I have though just realized I never walked up and down the other aisles over here, so I'm gonna do that quickly, check out up front quickly, and then we're probably done. Now I'm pretty sure the Goodwill's just teasing me at this point. Look at all the amazing collectible spoons. I do not need to be buying collectible spoons, although I do have two. I have two collectible spoons in my. I'm not gonna call two collectible spoons a collection. I just have two ones that I have found interesting, that I have found at the flea market over the last year that I've picked up, and that is it. I'm good. I might, I mean, who knows? In the future, I might pick up another collectible spoon if I come across one for somewhere interesting. But I've actually never been to any of these places, so I don't need any of these spoons. And even if I had been to some of these places, I don't really know if they're like spoons I really would have wanted. I don't know. They're cool. They're awesome. I do love collectible spoons. I don't need to get into to collecting them. I collect enamel pins. That's good enough. Oh, so okay, thank goodness. I thought for a second this was milk glass. It is not. That is just a regular ceramic mug, but it's got like a hex sign on it. That is really cool. That is some Pennsylvania Deutsch goodness right there. I like this. That is really cool. And if it was a milk glass, I may have had to have picked it up, even though I did say I wasn't going to collect milk glass. For a while, I was thinking about getting into collecting milk glass mugs, and then told myself, no, I don't have room for them. I'm not going to buy them. I'm not going to pick them up. But if that was milk glass, I would probably be buying that. All right, so not really finding anything down the rows I need, other than the possibility of a new collection of collectible spoons, which I don't need. I'm gonna end up passing on those. But up front here in the counter, they do have some cool things like Lego sets, which is neat. They actually have a Super Nintendo marked as is for $70. Has it been tested? I don't know. That is pretty dirty. No controllers, no cords, just the Super Nintendo itself for $70 as is. Who knows if that even works? That is kind of crazy. That is really highly priced in my opinion. They've got some Zoom Zooms and some figural figures there, which I don't need. Some records back there. I don't need more Lego sets that I don't need. A pretty awesome looking leather jacket that I also don't need, and a VR set with Ghostbusters VR. That's kind of cool. But again, things I don't need, things I'm going to pass on. I do actually already have a Super NES in my collection. Again, I don't collect for the. You know what? No, I will call my Super Nintendo a part of my collection. It's part of my Game Boy collection, because the only reason I have a Super Nintendo at all is because I have the Super Game Boy to go into a Super Nintendo. Otherwise, I wouldn't even own one. So, all right, I've got one. I don't need it. I'm going to pass on it, and I think I'm just going to end up passing on everything else up here, and that's it. I'm just going to grab this stuff, and we're good. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the Goodwill here in Claremont, Florida. Very happy I popped in there today, getting that Fresh Prince DVD set for $6. That is such an awesome find, even though, again, it is missing one of the discs. Whatever, I don't care. I'm going to do some disc swapping and have the complete series in a really awesome box set. Pretty happy about that. I would say an upgrade in my collection. Pretty awesome. Finding Wizard of Oz for the van. I mean, you have to have a Wizard of Oz in your van collection, right? It's a classic. New Zoo review board game for Chris, and a Koopa Troopa plush for Sean, new with tags, like we'll say $22 for all that. Awesome find. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Pretty happy I ran in here today. Definitely some cool finds, some other stuff I was tempted by, but sometimes you gotta be good. You can't grab it all. I mean, you could grab it all, but then you wouldn't have any money. And I got bills to pay. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. So, as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon, check down below for links to Spreadshirt, hit the join button to become a member of this channel to gain early access to all my videos. Also, check down below for my second channel, Retro Rest Stop, for daily adventure videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.